All right, so it's time for us to have nutrition. Today, we have a certified nutritionist and fat loss expert based in Lagos, Nitya Hullur, as someone who is focused on hormones and fat loss as opposed to just skills. She will be talking about boosting immunity and fighting chronic illnesses with nutrition. Great to have you on the show, Nitya.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So, Nitya, today the focus is on boosting immunity and, of course, fighting chronic illnesses with nutrition, something so many people are definitely interested in. We'll start off from fighting chronic illnesses with nutrition. So we'll take a look at some chronic illnesses and how we can use food to fight those illnesses. Could you tell us about them?
Basically, what does a chronic illness means? Chronic illness means your body is working overtime. And Titi, just let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clearly now.
Great, great. So basically, when your body is having a chronic illness, it just means that your body is working overtime.
Okay.
And there is inflammation in the body that is not getting recovered. It's like a wound that is always fresh inside your body. And now this wound then starts having cysts and growths, and that's when we get into the zone of cancer, different types of cancer. Now, what do we really need to do? We need to address the wound in the first place. So we really need to make sure that we give a good band-aid to the wound, we heal the wound. Now,
Okay.
what can we do to heal it? You can supplement your diet with foods that are anti-inflammatory so that it reduces the inflammation of the body. So when we talk about anti-inflammatory foods, the first thing that comes to my mind is unprocessed foods.
Okay.
Like let's go for a wheat pasta instead of the white pasta. Going for rice noodles instead of the plain noodles. Eating a lot more of vegetables a day as compared to just having maybe 2 spoons of vegetables in the stew. So making sure that every meal that you have, you should have about 1 full cup of any vegetables that you like, not just potato, but a mix of everything. And make your meal as colorful as you can. And I always say this because most of your immunity, 70% of your immunity lies in your gut, that is your stomach. So, and this stuff basically consists of so many, like 3 billion, these microorganisms that work on your mood, that work on your digestion, that work on cancer, that work on different aspects of life and your health. So
Okay.
you need to make them happy. So every time you eat, it's actually a way of feeding them or you're destroying them. So that's the reason, that's how we really should look at eating. We should look at feeding or eating as an opportunity to nourish ourselves. And once you start doing this, you see that your body is responding so much better. Your muscle pains reduce, your thyroid becomes normal, your hormones start to function better, your sugar levels are more constant. And one more thing that I think people make a mistake with is the type of carbohydrates,
Okay.
especially if you're dealing. Sorry, did you say something?
No, I did not. I was listening to you. You were talking about type of carbohydrates. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, especially if your body is inflamed, you are dealing with a chronic illness. The type of carbohydrates that suit your body should be well documented and should be followed. For example, there are many people who cannot tolerate wheat when
Yeah,
they have
sure.
issues like IBS, which is an irritable bowel syndrome, where you're having constipation and bloating almost on alternate days.
Okay.
So these are things that should really be written down in your food journal, and you should go back to it and try to plan your menu accordingly.
Okay. So if you
Yes.
say, for example, you're suffering from diabetes, for example, and you're trying to eat the right food, what would you recommend, Nitya?
If you have diabetes and your sugar levels are not constant throughout the day, the first thing that I would do is to reduce the amount of carbohydrates you are eating. So
Okay.
especially now, with this whole lockdown situation, our activity has reduced.
Yes.
So we had been leading a relatively sedentary life, most of us, especially those who are working from home.
Yeah.
So you don't need as much of carbs as you used to do before. So let's say you were having 2 cups of rice before. I suggest over time, over 2 weeks, half it. Have 1 cup of rice.
Okay.
Double the stew if you, but don't overindulge on the carbohydrates, because that's something that people don't understand, that when the body cannot use carbohydrates, it spills into your fat stores. And
Okay.
as the fat of your body increases, your body cannot function properly. So
Okay.
that's the reason you portion your carbs for sure.
Okay.
Also, like I said, if you love your swallows, then try oats fufu, try a vegetable swallow. You can try a cabbage swallow, whatever is easy for you, but try to mix in a lot of vegetables in everything that you eat. Try to make like a good stew, keep it in the fridge for 2 or 3 days, and you can keep having that if you're busy, if you don't have time to cook. Always try and cut up some cabbage, some cucumber, some carrot, and make a small bowl of coleslaw for yourself and for your kids. These are different ways of trying to get in a lot of vegetables into your diet. Please stop having, especially if you're at home, please stop having any soft drinks. Instead go for, like, that's what I'm drinking right now. Go for some water with lemon in it, or go for, if you don't like water, then add some cucumbers to it, squeeze some lemon juice on top. But try drinking a lot of water, because your
Okay.
body is 70% water, your brain needs water.
Okay.
So the minimum water, even for diabetics, the minimum water you need to drink is 2.5 to 3 liters a day.
Oh,
So
wow.
try to achieve that over time, not tomorrow, not day after, but over
Okay.
a period of time. Try to get used to drinking more water and make it a practice.
Okay. So, Nitya, could you just quickly give us different foods that you recommend to boost the immune system? Like maybe you could give us like 5 to 10 perhaps before we call it a wrap.
Okay, great. So different fruits is vitamin C rich foods. So that could be pawpaw, that could be oranges, tangerine, watermelon, whatever you like. In terms of vegetable, lots of greens. So all the greens that you're eating. So the egusi, whichever soup you want to put it in, you can do that, but eat loads of greens. Third thing, like I say, would be a supplement. It's fine if you guys are getting it from the food, but you try to make sure you're getting enough of selenium and zinc. Mostly you'll get this in shellfish and prawns.
Okay.
Don't overdo them, but try to have them once or twice a week. Lots of omega-3, which you get from white fish. So if you're not having fish, you can always take omega-3 on the side. Like I said, make sure you're drinking lots of water. To
Lots
boost
of
your
water.
immunity, you need to
Okay.
be hydrated. So 3 liters of water a day for sure.
All right.
Um,
I
Always
I
try and
feel like
include.
you have loads of these to suggest to us, but we've been able to take from all you've taught us, and we'll definitely be employing it. I must say a very big
Um,
thank you to you, Nitya. Thank you so much. Have a
thank
great day. Thank
you.
you.
Take care. Bye.
All right, you too. Thank you. It's the end of the first hour on Wake Up Nigeria today. We still have an hour, 45 minutes left to go, and we need you to stay right there with us. Thank you.